Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Had a bit of a wet day today, so I've managed to get some time to kind of catch up on a few things. I've just spotted all these collected hawthorns I've got starting to kind of run away with themselves, need a little bit of maintenance. Some of these are 2 years old, as in collected 2 years, and some of them are collected this year. I'd say they're quite a bit older than that, some of them, maybe 20 years old, them bigger ones. They do grow quite vigorous around here when they're in a kind of open position. But yeah, today I'm just going to run for a few jobs. It's one of the first ones I collected. Wire's just starting to bite on there now. You can see chop there, starting to heal over. Then there's kind of an ugly chop down here, but look at that healing after 1 year. So we'll see where this goes. You know, I'm going to treat this as a practice tree and kind of persevere with it. I'm enjoying this tree. I've kind of kept some basic branches, you know, after the trunk chop last year. Brought back body back and kind of just selected some that looked handy. Bent them around a little bit to give them a bit of movement before they got too rigid. These other ones today, I'm just going to thin out the shoots on them, show you where we're going to kind of just pick some handy stuff. I'm not going to do too much to them, so I want them to kind of recover. They've clearly been collected this year, and ones with those really new lush green extensions there. And this one, I was thinking of bending this new leader over a little, but I think it works where it is because it's going to get chopped again. And this one again, kind of will do some shoot thinning out. And one more at the back there. So, my practice hawthorn, as I call it, we're just going to take the wire off it. Not really going to do anything else to it. I think this one, like I say, last year it was a bit of a practice tree. I cut the branches shorter early on, so now I've got to just kind of develop some new kind of leaders on them, or maybe even knock these ones back a little. You know, just make that look convincing. The leaders here, I'm going to leave, well, like I say, that's the leader there, but these kind of shoots that are coming off of it, I'm going to leave just to thicken it up and aid these healing processes. And again, I just want to get more roots, so I'm going to leave some foliage on this one. But like I say, I was treating this as a practice tree, so it was just kind of bend it around, do some chops, see how it behaves. You know, this is one of the first larger ones I collected, and just to get that, you know, collected and safe into a pot was kind of an achievement. So let's get a bit of this wire off. Now this is biting up at the top here, so we'll do this first with caution. And like I say, this has got a long way to go yet, so we won't worry too much if we bit in there a little bit, because I'm sure those wire marks will grow out. But we've actually not removed any bark, so that's good. We've got that around the right time. We wouldn't have wanted the marks in there, but we haven't damaged the bark at least. Just get it off of here. And I've just recently got myself some more aluminium wire, well, first lot of aluminium wire that I've purchased, because I have been using copper wire for a while. You can see I'm quite well practiced in it. There's no scuffs to those branches there, but it is a lot harder to work with. And we'll just take this one off now. You see that stayed where we set it. This has stayed obviously where we set it because it's bit in there. It's telling you it's more than ready. Quite nice these by the look of them. You know, you wire them around, you let it set properly, and it will stay put. It's not going to be like a pine or a spruce or something, and you're springing around. But yeah, if all you have got is copper wire, then it's more than achievable. You don't have to go out and spend loads of money on aluminium wire. I must admit, the aluminium wire I bought wasn't bonsai orientated, probably why I saved a bit of money really. But it's a soft grade aluminium wire, so I do know after using this copper here that it's going to be very handy for me, you know, very easy for me to use. So, like I said, I'm well practiced in the art of struggling with this stuff. There's another one off. It's kind of nice Nice little bends and things in the branches. You know, we could, in a few days when this is all settled down, I might put a bit more wire on it if I find I can improve things, but we'll probably wait for some more little shoots and branches to pop out and give this one a little bit of a rest. Let's just find where we went round here. All these branches are wired in twos, obviously. It's the one thing with copper as well that is a bit of a pain. When you've got it fresh, kind of, if you've just stripped some electrical cable and you've got some fresh copper wire, it does feel quite soft as well, and you think, oh, this is quite nice stuff, you know, maybe a slightly different grade or something. But it tends to work harden as well, so once you've twisted it round the tree and left it a while, I've noticed it does seem to firm up a bit. So you can't be wiring delicate branches with copper wire, really. There we go. You might be able to see there how it's just starting to bite into these, but we're getting it off without damaging that kind of bark cambium layer, so I don't think it'll be anything to worry about. We'll just come around the back here. There's a little turn left. There we go. There's a few downwards growing branches and a few odd bits, so maybe we'll clip them back, see what comes out. This might have been my error cutting these branches back too early, I'm not sure. There seems to be ways out of it on most of the branches though. There's just a few that might require a new shoot before we can change direction again. We'll get it back to where we want it to be going. So last piece of wire here on this one, and then we'll move on. When I first started collecting little trees, and some hawthorns I dug up didn't do too well, but once you get the mix right, the timing right, they're really forgiving things. You can collect them with very little root, and like I said, as long as it's the right time of year and you get them in the right mix, they generally pull through. And see if you've got one with very little root, obviously a good method of just putting it in a black bag. Kind of creates a little bit of warmth, I guess a bit of humidity, and just aids it. That looks a lot tidier now without all that carry on and the wire there. It's always nice to see them without wire on. So this would kind of, move it back for you so you can see. That's where I'd kind of assume the front would be. You can see that leader, it's hiding the big cut there, so I guess we could adjust it a little bit. This might be in the way. We can change things though, you know. This is, like I said, this is my practice hawthorn. So, which at the moment I'm only the second year in, well, second season, because it's only just spring, so I've only really had this tree for a year, and it seems to be moving in the right direction. Right, so we'll put that one to one side. Well, this one here, one I collected this year, this really put a good push of growth out, really. It was in a warm, unheated greenhouse, like say towards the end of the, you know, just to keep the chill off it. But towards the end here, it's got a little bit too warm for it, even in a shady spot. You know, you've got a little bit of scorch here and there. But other than that, really healthy. All we need to do on this for now, as it's a collected tree, like I said, I don't want to take too much from it. We're just going to go in and where there's, hopefully you can see this clearly. I'm filming this by myself, so it'd be nice to be able to zoom in. But there's groups of, even there looks to be like 7 or 8 branches coming out of one spot, 3 there, 4 there. So we just need to thin them down to like 1 or 2 good ones. This thing will throw out back buds, like you can see, no problem. So again, if you make a decision at this point, it's a wrong decision or a mistake, it really isn't an issue. So we'll just go in. I use a little pair of scissors for this. And we are just going to select branches that are easily bent or growing at the right angle. So at the moment I'm just going to thin down the groups, and then we'll come in and just select what we actually really want to keep. It might stop us making a bad decision. So really I'm looking for anything that looks like it would work with wire nicely. Some of these are bolt upright, they're going to be a little bit hard to, all these bottom ones as well can go. It does, you know, it will chuck out these. We don't want anything taken from the trunk already. We've already got a few nasty scars to deal with. Some of these suckery ones here, if they pull out, you can get them all the week on without exposing the soil. That's great. There we go. See that? So we got a little bit of clarity there now already. You can probably see why I collected this one. Nothing really from the front top here, which is a bit of a shame, which would have been nice to kind of go with that movement and back to us, but we give it time. We got these here on the side, so if we had to lower it a little bit, it's quite tough old wood, so we'll have to make that decision at some point before these get too big here. But yeah, nice piece of movement. So this whole group is probably not going to bother with it really, because it's inside the bend there. It's a little bit low down, so I think at the moment all of those could go. Really, I was being nice to them a minute ago. I don't think we want any of that. Likewise round here, it's all within inside of that piece of movement. We want to enjoy that. A few more suckers down there as well. I might have to just have a little dig around and get a bit closer to them. Look at that trunk though. It's worth having a go. You know, putting a bit of effort in for, isn't it? But really, this one is a bit far forward. Although actually, it's quite a nice branch, isn't it? Maybe we keep that one for now. Like I say, I don't want to take everything from it. This one here at the back, that's bolt upright. That can go. It won't really look that naturally wide. These look like they're more manageable. This one here is growing from the back across. Again, not a good angle. Even when you wire it, the point it comes out from will never look quite right, I don't think. Same with that one there. And that one's towards the back. So we'll keep those two there for now. I'm happy to keep those two. They're nice, healthy ones. Let's see, we can see what we're doing there at least. That'll maybe be something. First branch, maybe. Two of these again I'm going to keep. Kind of like where that little one's coming from. That one can go. And we'll keep that one for now as well. Maybe with wire. We won't wire these today obviously, because they're really young shoots and they will just pull away from where they are. So today's just about selecting what we might potentially wire next time, and we might even still get rid of more yet. So I'm going to leave that little collection of shoots there. So that's that side done. We'll come over to this side and see what we've got. So you could have some really low branches there. They're on the outside. I might keep a few of those for now. Again, this one kind of bolt upright, so that little one can go. Get in there. Again with that one, bolt upright. Kind of like these littler ones here, so maybe we'll wait for those to come out. That I think we'll get rid of again, because it takes from that lovely piece of movement there. I just want to enjoy a piece of that a little bit. Get rid of all this debris. I like just keeping it clear and clean. So there we go, you can see that already there, looking good. So I think, like I said, I'm going to hang on to most of that. Let's just have a little look around the back here. You won't be able to see them now, unfortunately. Yeah, that one's out in the wrong place as well, so there's another one gone. These could all potentially be little branches still, so we'll hang on to them. That's a bad angle again, it's coming out at. That's maybe usable as well, and it's offset from the other ones. So that might be another good one. And around this leader area. So these are the two that we've got at the moment. Potentially for some kind of leader, if we were going to use that as the front. Like I say, we hope we might get something else here, or even something there at a later date. I don't know if it's dried out a little bit at the top there, and we're seeded. Let's just see what we've got around the back here. We'll take that little one out. That's a bit of a funny angle, so that can go as well. just going to take a few of these leaves off so it's nice and clear for when these harden up a little bit and we can begin to wire them into places. Probably in a couple of weeks or so from now. I'm just taking them scorched leaves off so I can keep an eye as well on what we've got. And those look quite usable there as well, those two. So we'll just have a little scratch around down there. We can find the source of these. They seem like they're coming from a bit deeper than the other side. I don't want to pull off. My cut down pots are sometimes nice because you can get to the surface and not got the lip of the pot in the way. But we'll take the tops off them for now. A bit more debris out the back there. So, there's that one. Like I say, we'll wait for these now to harden up a little bit. Then we'll maybe get rid of a few more and we'll definitely wire some around. Well, there we are. I hope you've enjoyed that. We're just kind of going over these and kind of just discussing the future plans of them. And kind of see my thinking with, well, where I want to go with a few of these at least. And this is not far off just a collective stage, so we're going to see these progress over the next couple of years. If you've got any insights or ideas that you've kind of seen that I maybe missed with them, let me know in the comments below. Well, thanks for watching and I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.